pre-approval for a $3,000 credit limit. So in today's video, we have another special review. So this is another game changer, in my opinion, where you could get a soft pull pre-approval for a credit card with a limit up to $3,000. And you could also be eligible for credit limit increases. So for today's video, we're going to be reviewing the Prosper credit card. So some of you might be familiar with Prosper. So Prosper was actually one of the first peer-to-peer lending platforms. And the way Prosper works is that you can get a personal loan, but instead of a bank issuing the loan, it's actual investors who fund the loan. So Prosper has been around for quite a bit. Now, more recently, they just put up a credit card. So this particular credit card, again, you can get a soft pull pre-approval and it's not going to impact your credit score. However, if you do wind up moving forward with the credit card pre-approval, then it will be a hard pull, and I'm going to share some of the data points. This particular credit card, I would categorize this as people who are rebuilding their credit, or maybe those who have fair credit. The credit limits aren't going to start that high initially. Like I said, the highest limit you can get initially is going to be $3,000, but they will let you know what your pre-approval amount is before you wind up accepting it. So for today's video, I'm going to be walking you through the pre-approval process. Now, the first step is to get matched with personalized credit card offers with the link in the description of the video. There's no impact to your credit score. So after going through the pre-qualification, it'll match you with up to 20 different credit card offers. So you could just scroll through some of these. You have Avant, Pedal. Now, I'm not going to get into all of these different credit card offers, but I did want to go all the way down to the bottom where you actually do have the Prosper credit card. So you're just going to click on this link right here. This is a soft pull pre-qualification. Checking your offer won't affect your credit score. All right, so here we are on the Prosper website. Now, as I stated, they do have personal loans as well as home equity lines of credit. But in today's video, I'm going to be focusing on the credit card. So this is a relatively new product. You know, there's a lot of people commenting about this on my FICO forums. The application process is very, very straightforward. And again, this is going to be targeted for people with less than perfect credit. There's absolutely no deposit required. Introducing the Prosper card, designed to help you establish credit and take control of your money. Applying won't affect your credit score. Now, again, if you do wind up accepting, then it will be a hard pull. There's no annual fee for the first year if you set up auto pay. There's no security deposit required, and they don't charge fees for ATM cash withdrawals, which is a huge benefit. You can get an initial limit up to $3,000. So it's either going to be from $500 to $3,000 for your initial credit limit, and you can get automatic reviews for credit limit increases, zero fraud liability, and they also have fraud protection. The Prosper card also allows you to pick the day of the month that you want your payment due date, so that does give you some flexibility. Now, here's how the Prosper card does match up to some other credit rebuilder cards. So the comparisons they have here is the Capital One Platinum as well as the Merrick Bank Secured Visa. So one of the obvious advantages is that the Prosper card is an unsecured credit card, so it's not going to require any deposit. They also review your credit line for credit limit increases. One of the distinguishing factors is that they don't charge ATM fees for withdrawals. They also provide free financial education. Now, one of the advantages in terms of credit limits over the Capital One Platinum and the Merrick Bank Secured Visa is that there is a higher minimum limit, 200 versus 500. This is a very simple application process that won't affect your credit. Now, all you got to do is enter in your first name, last name, date of birth, email address, social security number, as well as your home address. They'll also ask you about your monthly rent or mortgage payment. In addition, you do have to provide information on your income. So whether you're employed, self-employed, retired, or unemployed, as well as your individual income. You can also include your household income, but that information is going to be optional. And then you're also going to want to put in your contact telephone number. The Prosper card is issued by Coastal Community Bank. Coastal Community Bank has teamed up with a lot of fintechs to issue different credit cards as well as debit cards and checking accounts. One of the major players in the fintech space. Now, in terms of the APR, it is pretty high at 23.99, which is the minimum, all the way up to 29.99. So pretty high interest on purchases. The same with cash advances, is just 29.99%. There's no penalty APR. Now, typically there is an annual fee, but they will waive the annual fee for the first first year if you sign up with AutoPay before your first statement. Now, one of the huge benefits is that there's no cash advance fee. The foreign transaction fee is only 1% of the transaction amount, which is fairly low, especially for a rebuilder type of credit card. So I'm gonna enter in my information and see if I can get a pre-approval. All right, so I put my information in the application and I was able to get a pre-approval for a $3,000 credit limit, which I believe is the maximum credit limit that you could actually get. And right here, they say we'll automatically review your account for credit limit increases. Again, no annual fee when you set up AutoPay, and you can get instant access to a portion of your credit line while your car is being delivered. So before you even get it in the mail, you can still access it virtually. Now, the APR that I got was the 23.99, which is the lowest that they actually offer, although it is still pretty high. Now, something important to note. So it says, I understand that this is a pre-approved offer, which means that credit is not guaranteed and my eligibility will need to be verified. I understand and acknowledge that the terms and conditions are not effective until Prosper communicates a final approval to me. So again, just because you get a pre-approval doesn't mean that it's an automatic approval. They still have to verify the information that you entered in your application. So some of the frequently asked questions is, will applying for the Prosper card affect my credit score? So no, you can check whether you qualify. And if you do qualify, you get an estimated interest rate as well as credit line amount with no impact to your credit score. If you decide to finish up the process and become a Prosper card holder, we will post your newly approved credit card to your credit profile, which will lower your credit score slightly. So again, when you do wind up accepting and going through with the pre-approval offer, then it will be a hard pull. Another benefit is that they do report to all 3 major credit reporting agencies. Another frequently asked question is, I have less than perfect credit. Do I still qualify for the Prosper card? So the Prosper card welcomes applicants with less than perfect credit. So that's going to be their business model. So if you do have rebuilding credit or fair credit, then this may be a credit card for you to consider. Is there an opportunity to qualify for a credit limit increase? Yes. Prosper will review your account automatically every 3 months to determine whether you qualify for a credit line increase. This is good news since raising your credit limit can help lower your credit utilization, which will ultimately help you raise your credit score. All right, so to recap, the Prosper card will give you a soft pull pre-approval. And as long as they're able to verify your information, it's a pretty solid pre-approval. Now, you do have to verify the information that you put in the application. Now, one part that I didn't show, because obviously I'm not going to move forward with a $3,000 credit limit, but you do have to connect your bank account. So that's going to be the next step after you get pre-approval. And then once you connect your bank account, then you'll be able to accept the final offer. At that point, you will get a hard inquiry. Now, from some of the data points that I've gathered, it seems like Prosper will either pull your TransUnion or your Experian credit report. If anyone has some data points on that, definitely let us know in the comment section down below. But overall, I think this is a solid credit card for people with less than perfect credit. Now, again, this video is for informational purposes only. We're not recommending that everyone watching this video to apply. If you already have pretty well established credit, then this isn't really going to be something for you. But if you are someone who's rebuilding their credit, this may be a viable option. Now, they don't have any annual fees in the first year. If you sign up with AutoPay, the APRs can range from 23.99 all the way up to 29.99. So the APRs are pretty high. The minimum credit limit is 500 all the way up to 3,000. And there are periodic credit limit increases. So every 3 months, they'll review your account to see if you qualify for credit limit increase without a hard inquiry. So that's all I wanted to cover in today's video. If anyone has any questions or comments or any data points to share, definitely let us know in the comment section down below. I've dropped a link if anyone's interested in applying. Until next time, take it easy and we'll talk to you soon. Peace.